Well, I suppose I'll intro it. So yeah, hello everyone. This is this is gonna be Shooting Game Weekly episode number 63, and this week we're covering Border Down on the Dreamcast and the arcade. Came out in the arcade in 2003, and then the Dreamcast same year, pretty much. Horizontal shmup by G.Rev, and it is the spiritual sequel to Metal Black. Actually, didn't know that. Wow. This says in the says it was a favorite game of the creator Hiroyuki Maruyama. Just looking over the wiki here. In any case, this game's really cool. I really enjoy it, and we got some special guests. We got Dell joining, and we also got Med Dal joining.
Whoa, that was awesome.
So yeah, hey Dal, how's it going?
Not too bad, thanks. Not too bad.
Great to have you here. You have some history with this game that we're gonna talk a little bit about. Because you played it in arcades, you were mentioning a little bit before, and the game's pretty straightforward. So we should be able to get through the kind of mechanics and scoring explanations pretty quick as we get into a high-scoring replay, very high-scoring replay by what was it? VTF-INO is the player. Trying to remember. I think it was. Well, I think it was INO. And then so then we also have, Metal. You're actually at Starbucks.
Yeah, that's correct. I was. Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to talk here about Border Down, especially since it was the very game that G.Rev was created to produce. So we have this game to thank for the appearance of G.Rev on the scene. Back to you.
Yeah, thank you. So you'll be giving us some reports every now and then. I also you're gonna try to interview someone at Starbucks if they played Border Down, or what they think about it, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, we'll try to get that at some point in the show because that'd be hilarious. Anyway, Del, do you want to kind of start us off with kind of your history with this game and maybe lead into just whatever, basically?
Yeah, sure. Okay. This game is a heavy memorizer. It's completely patterns. You just learn the patterns and execute them, really. And what you'll see with this replay is the player is preempting everything he does. He's thinking in advance, and he's just basically executing everything in a robotic kind of way. But that's the kind of game it is at the high level. It's like the opposite of what I'm playing at the moment, which is Manpuku mode, which is like utter chaos. It's the complete opposite of that kind of game.
This is a very controlled memorizer type of game.
Oh yeah, pure memorizer. And once you've learned everything and you've become adept with the controls, you can pretty much do it every time. It's never easy, and you can choose some really difficult routes to do. And this is the most difficult route that you're going to see right now. It's a route that I actually managed myself, but not very successfully on score. So I stuck to my red route, stage 3, instead of green route, stage 3.
All right, so since you're already talking about different routes and stuff,
routes. Yeah, you say routes. Sorry, we say routes.
You say potato, I say tomato. You say tomato. Okay.
Do I just kind of explain some of the basic mechanics, and then I suppose I'll let you kind of talk about your arcade history?
Sure. Okay. The scoring is actually far more simple than you might think. It's a deep game, but the scoring is really only one level. It's just break lasers and multipliers on those lasers, depending on which border you're on. 1 times 2 and times 3. It's that simple. You have a cumulative bonus of the amount of cancelled shots at the end of each stage, and you have a norm clear bonus. And the rest is just building up your breaks and then killing the larger items, the larger bosses at the end of your lasering, so that you get the max multiplier. And it's really that simple.
Okay, so it looks like you'll just kind of be pointing out certain times in the run when they're readying you up for a scoring moment or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the commentary should flow pretty well. But you mentioned the borders. So in this game you have you can initially select from 3 borders, red, yellow, and green. You can start the green one, but when you die, the stage is interrupted, and then you go back to a checkpoint. But then you're on the yellow border, in which the game becomes slightly more difficult. and then you can also there's more scoring opportunities because there's more enemies. Isn't that right? And the lower borders.
Kind of like that, but it's not quite, because if you lose a life, water down, it actually tames the rank down. So going down from like green, yellow isn't necessarily making it any harder.
Okay.
So it's complex. The route we're going to see is the one life kind of route that ranks fast and hard. So you don't actually be on red border to be on max rank. Green.
Hold on, you're getting chopped out by Starbucks background noise. Hey, Metal, could you mute your phone when you're not talking by any chance? Metal? Oh god. Yeah, no, Metal is frolicking in Starbucks. Yeah, you're kind of getting cut out by that. Could you repeat kind of the last few lines you said, I guess?
Yeah,
or maybe
sure.
I could
All right, I'll give you an example on this particular route that he's going to take. He's going to start red border, which is obviously hardest straight away. But he's not going to border down, he's going to border up onto the yellow, which actually will make it even harder. And then he's going to border up to green, again, that will make it even harder. It sounds strange, but it's the bordering down that actually tames the rank.
Oh,
So
huh.
losing a life actually tames the rank. So a lot of bordering down can actually make the game easier, even though you still might be on a red border. You can actually make it easier for yourself by just going up, down.
Also, the borders correspond to your lives, right? Like, if you're on border red, if you die, then the game's over, right?
Yeah, definitely. And it is a one-life game. If played at high level, it's completely a one-life game for 40 minutes. And that's the pressure. It's a lot of pressure. A slight mistake, and that's it. You're gone. That's finished. No mistake.
Wow.
In the score run, yeah, you're mostly on the red border, so that's fun.
Yeah.
Kind of rising-ish almost, playing on your last life. And then you mentioned breaks, which are the big lasers that you charge up, and then just like Metal Black, you have big beam battles with the bosses, which are which is a signature thing about the game as well.
That's right, and when you do that, when you repulse those lasers, your laser lasts 30% longer, so you can hang it out and build up your break.
Yeah, definitely. If you guys ever played like Darius Burst, Another Chronicle, it really feels like that pressure when you're lasering the other person's laser. It's like dueling lasers, and extends for a long time. Yeah.
So you said, Del, you want to talk about your history playing this game?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Oh, sure. Well, it came out in the arcade. I was lucky enough to have it in the arcade on a Naomi in Central. I was playing it blind because it was 2003, and as soon as it came out. So it wasn't until several months later that I actually saw what the Japanese guys were doing, and then it only took me a couple from all the all, but I needed to see that replay to actually know what the hell
okay.
the final boss, because it's about 7 minutes of just choreography, just learning next and knowing what it's going to do next. Otherwise, you're gone. I mean,
you're gone because you're on your last life, right? You're on the red.
And you gotta know everything, and that's the hard part.
So a replay would definitely benefit a player in this game's case greatly.
Yeah, because this game, like I say, it's very robotic.
Okay, gotcha. Cool. So then, so you played it a bunch and stuff at the arcade.
Yeah. I was playing it mostly in the arcade. I got a 60 all and a 6A all in the arcade. Then I played it on the Dreamcast and got another 60 all.
Wow, what was it like playing in the arcade? Did people watch you a lot, and like as you went through runs, or did you find it distracting?
The thing with arcades, it's weird, but this particular arcade was in Central, and the kind of customers were just, tourists. So no, very few people ever watched. It was kind of weird that way. It was a really good thing to watch. It's just that people didn't know what the hell it was. That's the thing with the shoot 'em up.
Yeah, SM, Radis, and Icarus are comparing the game to a G Darius in the chat.
Definitely.
Kind of how you follow the boss patterns around.
Yeah, it's the evolution of the game.
Kind of plays similarly to it. All right, well, I think we spent enough time on the intro here, so we can get into our replay by WTF-INO. And we'll be watching stage by stage, actually, because we couldn't get the video piece together. But this should be fine if we have anything else to mention. Get the weather reports from Metal after each stage. Perhaps we can get that going.
I'd like to add that I have a personal history with this game, too. I played on the Neo Geo Shmup of the Month and was able to win the whole competition with a stage 2 score.
All right, then.
So, yeah, I'm somewhat of authority on this game.
You're going to become an even stronger authority after this.
Yes, I will. So, yeah, guys. No, Del, you're going to take the floor. I just wanted to throw that in.
Yeah, sure.
It was hard.
I think I can explain everything on this game, especially this route.
Okay, well, let's get right into the stage 1 then. And I'll do a countdown. 3, 2, 1, click. And we'll get to it. All right. Is everyone ready? Metal, are you still with us, by the way? You can unmute.
Of course, yes.
Okay, cool. All right, thank you for muting the Starbucks regulars. They're just filthy casuals, so we don't really want them exactly. Anyway, okay.
Interesting. By the way, the similarities to G Darius, I believe, are in part simply because the CEO of this company, G.Rev, I believe he worked on that game. I think it was his first game that he worked on, or something. Couldn't tell you for sure.
I see. Okay, let's get this thing going. All right, here comes the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. So he starts off red, eh?
Yeah, red, yellow, green, and then back down again. Up and down, back.
Also, I totally forgot about the speed selection also in this game. You can select your speed. Three levels. Does it ever come in handy?
Very much so. You have
really?
to
Okay.
down to 1 speed on some bosses.
Really? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Presentation's really awesome in this game, and it's also got one of my favorite shmup soundtracks. I often listen to it just as a soundtrack. It's really good.
Yes, Aquas, I agree. G.Rev has plenty of fantastic soundtracks, especially since they often hire high-caliber composers such as Yasuhisa Watanabe, also known as Yak, and Shinji Hosoe, who composed one of my favorite soundtracks of all time forever, Under Defeat.
Pretty much, yeah, some of the best shmup composers, basically. So there you go. He got a whole bunch of the break from canceling the bullets there with the laser.
Yeah.
So we saw
That's
that.
the bonus at the end of the stage. He's just building up numbers at the moment.
And you see that the break collect too. It's the gauge in the bottom right, the circular gauge. When that fills up, you are actually able to border up. That's a condition, but you can kind of tell when they're getting a lot of break when that gauge is filling up, right?
Well, that's about to border up. You need the norm clear. So basically, it's based on score. If you score enough, you'll get the norm clear, and then you get the chance to border up and get that extra life. Okay, here he's just building up his gauge. That's important. There's nothing too special on this. You're just building up and then just taking it down with the largest break you can.
This is where wow. So that laser, right? How many ticks is it when you're lasering his laser? It increases the hit count, right?
When you're repulsing his laser, there's 2 things you can say. Like I say, it lasts 30% longer. Your laser lasts 30% longer, and the aura itself does twice as much damage as your normal laser would do. So what he's going to do here, I'm going to show right here, he's going to work his way down until the last second. Then he's going to build back up to 3 speeds. And then he's going to start his break. And he's going to pull back on the joystick in order to keep the aura away from the enemy, because he'll kill it too quickly. See him pulling it back there? And again, so it's not damaging it. He's holding it out to the last second. And when it gets down to 1, he pushes it forward just to get that kill at the last second. There you go, right at the last second.
Almost like a Dragon Ball Z episode, like delaying the kill.
Yeah. The Kamehameha.
But they delay it intentionally. That's the key. All right.
It's kind of a fusion instead.
All right, let's look at the stage 2 then.
Yellow. It's going to border up the yellow and then border up the green. And the rank will just continue to build. Stage 3 is harder than you think. He makes it look easy, but when it's on full rank, it's quite nasty. Also, I think this player is using an overcooked auto fire, which I didn't have available to me, but it helps in taking things down slightly faster.
Oh, really? All right, I'm gonna do a countdown for the second video. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, this is just in, everyone. Breaking news. We've recently received word that a Maryland man was attacked by a wild murder of crows. His condition is currently unknown, but now it's coming to me that he has had an allergic reaction to the radio. Back to you.
I wonder who that man is. Anyway.
Okay, I see that someone's asking about the boss timer mechanics. You must kill the boss at around 0 to 14 seconds plus 14 seconds. Do not go into the minus. And if you ever kill the boss after minus 30 seconds, the game is over.
The game's over? What do you mean?
Oh, so if you kill the boss and he's taken too long, 30 seconds over into the minus, then that's it. It won't let you get any further. The game is over. It's just game over.
They're like, mission failed?
Mission failed completely. And that can happen on the last boss, on the 6D boss. If you don't do it in the right way, you can't kill it quick enough. And that's it. You've got that far and you failed.
Interesting.
That's why you got to learn it. That's why you got to know exactly what to do.
Know the timing.
Yeah, everything, and timing, positioning, and everything. Like I say, it's very robotic. It's just a pattern after pattern after pattern that you just got to know. This stage there's not that many points in this stage. I think it clears it with 47 million at the end. It's just a means to get to the stage 3 green to get that 999 break.
Yeah, I had no idea the scoring strategy was, bordering up twice and then bordering back down. It's funny.
Yeah, it's just for this particular route, this particular scoring trick as such, gives you big points. Okay, he does something very nice here. He holds back until the last second, building up right until the last second, then comes down and gets the maximum kill. How much? 244 on that. Oh. Now he's building back up again.
Yeah, just saw him pass, and he's entering the boss on my side at the moment.
Yeah. There's one thing to notice or to mention on this run, as with any Japanese run, they laser things down right down to your peak shooter for firepower, and that's extremely risky because it makes the game even harder because you've got no firepower to take care of. But that's what you've got to do in order to get the big break. You've got to just laser like crazy.
Yeah, being at low firepower does kind of suck in this game.
Yeah, it does on the stage 5 boss, but that's what he does.
Or if you're just like playing the game, for the first time, like you might just be using break in a stage, and then you'll be just overwhelmed.
Yeah. Oh, you can get overwhelmed by this game, for sure. What he's going to do here, he's going to do something fairly clever. He's going to weaken the 3 parts of the boss. especially the core at the top. But he's not going to kill it. He's going to wait until the last second, let the orbs appear, and then he's going to go for the biggest break possible. And starting with the core, then the hands, then the head. Not yet.
I think you did on our side. Yeah, I think you're a bit behind us.
I'm a bit behind, right? Yeah.
It's all right.
Very good here. Okay, he's weakened it. Oh, he's gonna. In a minute, he's gonna let the next orbs come out. He's not gonna kill them. He's gonna let them come out so he can get the cancel them. Here we go. Now he goes up.
Next time, I'll be in the same one.
Yeah, we're about 10 seconds ahead of you, I think.
10 seconds, so you're already well into the next ball.
Yeah, he's doing the second beam for us right now, I believe.
Oh, okay.
The ground beam. Oh, and then the boss is dead.
Okay, that's.
Oh yeah,
good.
we saw what you mean. Yeah, he waited.
Yeah.
Then it looked like that second
But
phase was.
There's not much you can do on this stage.
Yeah. Okay, so. Any further things to mention there?
Not really. I should really talk about the 999 break because that has to be done in a precise way on the next stage.
In what way?
Right. Well, put it this way: you can get a 999 break and still score not too well. What it is, you've got to kill the pods that are circling the boss before you kill the boss's core. And so everything's going to be timed right down to the wire in order to get a good score from it. It's a bit tricky timing wise.
All right, we'll have to try to point that out. All right, let's do this. Stage 3, we're down. 3, 2, 1, go. Up to green now, with Starbucks background noise.
Well, since you mentioned it, I have to say, all the backgrounds in that game are quite beautiful. In fact, G.Rev mainly stays afloat by doing contract work for 3D graphics. As you can see, the explosions are top-notch, quite nearly make the game in addition to the soundtrack.
That is a really deep background, I must say. Now that you mention it. Alright, so first break there, a little mini one.
I'm still a little bit behind, but this is just survival until you get to the boss. As soon as he gets to the boss, he will suicide or border down immediately, twice. And then he'll build up, and then he'll start dancing around the boss just to time it for the 999 break.
Crazy.
If you can tell me when he gets there, because I swear I'm behind.
Well, yeah, I'm at 1 minute 25 right now. So.
Maybe it'd be better if I watch it on YouTube. I'll try that one.
Yeah, no, yeah, I was trying to suggest you did that originally. Oops.
Yeah, I'm on it already. I'll get there.
The commentary is remaining relevant. It's okay so far. So yeah, switch over though for the next videos if you can.
Yeah, I will. Basically, the next thing to mention is when it gets that 999, the worst is yet to come. The form after that, like max rank with Pichu to firepower, is I think the hardest section of any boss ever, because you've got one life pressure and it is a nightmare.
Ever.
It's that bad. It's that bad because we are on one life pressure and it's terrible. I used to be able to do it, but
It's pretty bold.
Yeah.
Considering like you played a lot of shmups in your time.
I mean, it's not the tightest thing you've ever seen. It's just everything is tracking you. You've got no firepower. Stuff is rolling into you as well, trying to kill you in every single way. And there's no way for you to speed it up to kill the boss quicker. You just have to last it out. Wears you down. Okay. Where are you right now?
310 in the video. The boss just started.
Right.
It's
335 around there, or?
yeah, that's like 3 seconds ahead. That should be fine.
Okay. Okay, so he's just biding his time. He's gonna fly over the top around the back of the boss a couple of times. Just lasting it out until that particular 999 break is possible.
999 break hype.
Here we go. Okay, has it started?
Dang.
Yeah, you saw it?
Yeah.
Did you see how he took out, he stayed down and he took out the pods first. If you don't do that, your score is not going to be very good, and that's the mistake I made.
That's like a scoring trick, then.
Yeah, well,
In a
you
way.
just got to make sure that you take everything out in the right way, in the right time. Otherwise,
The game doesn't reward you if you don't get them all.
yeah, you got to get them all before you get the core. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Anyway, this is the next bit. This is the bit that it may not look that hard, but trust me, it is.
This, yeah, like playing this game for the first time, this boss will fucking piss you off.
Yeah, on this rank with low firepower and with that one life pressure, it's not funny. It's not that it's the most difficult thing. It's just that you're on your last life and you've just worked so hard to get that 999, and now it could all just go in a millisecond.
Yeah. Sounds like you've had plenty of runs that you lost.
To be honest with you, I avoided this route until after I got the 60 all on the red route. I went for the easier route first before I even bothered with this.
I see.
Hell. 140 million.
Alright, boom. Alright, Metal, you have the weather report or anything?
Yeah, stage 4. He's going to water down at a certain point, and basically go down to red for the end of the stage.
Okay. Alright, let's just count. Okay, so you got the YouTube thing up now?
Yeah, tell me when
Okay.
you start it.
Yep, I'll do it right now. 3, 2, 1, go. Warning.
Okay, so it's going back up to yellow. Now this is the checkpoint stuff where you kill yourself or border down at the right bit, the bit that you want. He borders down too early for my liking. He faces a really nasty section of it. There's the blocks that appear behind you. I don't do that bit because it's nasty, really, really nasty. You can make it easy on yourself by ordering down just that little bit later for the next checkpoint. It's the only difference between his run and mine.
This music's epic, by the way. Love it.
Okay, has he suicided yet?
Yeah, you just got hit by the thing.
That's it. He did that on purpose to get red border to the end now.
Funny suicide there.
Yeah, but this bit is another bit of hell. See those little black pylons? If you touch them, you're dead. Plus these big black cubes, they come up from nowhere and they can just land on you. Everything is very, very tight here. I hate it, so I avoided this bit.
I know if you brush into the environments, you don't automatically die, but are you saying these obstacles are ones that kill you right away?
Oh yeah, yeah. They will. They'll kill you within about 1 second of touching them. There'll be a little sound of you scraping them, and then suddenly you'll be dead.
Always an appreciated mechanic sometimes in these horrors. Einhander in this one seemed to have it.
Yeah, actually, Einhander in this game are similar in a way because of how inaccessible they are until you actually learn what to do. Einhander is exactly like that. When I was viewing this the last couple of days, Einhander actually was the one game that sprang to mind.
Funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's kind of a dark tone to this game, isn't there, too, in terms of the story? As I know a little bit.
Yeah, you probably know more than me about the story.
I don't really know much. Maybe Metal knows. I just, like, judging by the atmosphere, though, and the music, like, and then, like, the game over screens, like, when you game over, it's like, they really emphasize that you fucked up.
Yeah, it's quite harsh. I mean, you know, no mistake.
Well, Aqua, speaking of large mistakes, I've just gotten word that our Maryland man was en route to a hospital in an ambulance when it collided with a trailer filled with envelopes. We have no word on his condition, but it sounds relatively rheumatic. Back to you.
All right, thank you.
Okay. He's going to weaken this one and then just take it out with a large break at the last second. There you go. And we're coming up to the boss. I really like this boss. It's nice to look at.
I notice he always breaks those like missile shooting guys, it seems, in these stages.
Yeah, you get large breaks on those, yeah, so it's worthwhile doing. With a cumulative break at the end of the stage.
It seems kind of obvious which things to break in this game, if you pay attention.
Yeah, sure it is. He's got to learn everything in advance, be ready for everything in advance, and
certain waves usually are kind of bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, this boss is awesome.
You go down, yeah, up and over. Yeah, I like this.
The boss like this now reminds me of like something from Eschatos, like a very simple design, just like a freaking, I don't know, it's just like a speaker tube or something.
Yeah.
With tentacles. I like it's cool.
And it tells you what it's going to do. If it goes down, you go down. And if it goes up, you go up. It's quite simple.
Homing lasers.
And now it starts spinning.
It's got full break now.
Yeah. Are you on the last form yet?
Yeah, he just receded.
That's it. So you're the same as me. That's good.
Yep.
Okay, he's now probably going to kill it.
Now he's breaking.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, killed it. Now he has to hold back on this next bit.
Okay.
And just work his way up and down, and then just break it. But hold on, not yet. He'll come out with some homing lasers in a second, so he's got to work his way up. There you go. And then he begins to break up and down, up and down, up and down. That was the best way of doing it.
Wow. Pretty fancy.
Yeah. Looks nice.
Yeah.
Again, it's not a large scoring stage, but that bit's fun. I like that one.
So the idea behind that, he's getting all the break from the blow bullets, but when he's doing the cancel on the big beam beam versus beam, you know, that's actually slowing down your beam meter so that you can make it last longer. Is that?
I think it's a method of just maximizing the amount of
He's just
break you get on
maximizing.
that
Okay.
particular boss. He only does it on twice in the whole game, that kind of thing.
Oh.
But I learned that back in 2003, 2004 from the replay, so I used to do that as well. I didn't exactly know why, but because they did it, I did it.
Right. Right. Okay. Let's start stage 5 here. Countdown's coming. 3, 2, 1, go.
The computer's being a bit slow. He's gonna border down again from yellow to red at the end of this section, exactly at the same point that I would do. In fact, he plays stage 5 exactly the same way as I used to play it. The only difference is that he, when he gets to the wall of stage 5 boss, he lasers it down to nothing, which is, you know, that's a little bit too brave.
What do you mean to nothing? Like
to P-shoot the firepower right down to 0 charge.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
But what if he
and he
mistimed it? Like he would be stuck with the pea shooter. That's what you're saying would be bad.
Yeah, and that's extremely bad for the stage 5 boss unless you know exactly what you're doing, and it's a hell of a lot of pressure on you. If you have like 2 or 3 level power facing the next section of the boss, you can take it down comfortably. But if you've lasered down to nothing, well, you know, good luck to you. It's really hard. He's boarded down already, yeah?
He's on red, yeah, right now, and he just beamed some beam battle at mid-boss there.
Yeah.
Mid-enemy.
Yeah. So he's about to go up in a second.
Yeah, I think you're probably about 5 seconds lagging.
Yeah.
It's fine.
He's
That's
going
fine.
up already, right?
Yeah.
Okay, there's some safe spots in this area that are pretty cool. The first one is in the front below, and the second one is in the front above.
Yeah.
He reached the carrier now.
Yeah, he's at the carrier. Yep, it's got that garbage shooting out.
That's it. And now it's rid of these, and now he's going forward. There you go. Is he on the safe spot on the bottom?
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's what I used to do as well.
That's pretty slick.
You just yeah, it makes it easy.
I love it.
And then after that, he'll mess around a bit, and he'll go over the top of the next boss, around the back of that as well.
Seems like that could be maybe a section where you would break, since there's a lot of bullets, but nah.
Yeah, but he wants to build up as much as possible because he's going to do some craziness on the boss's wall.
Yeah. Okay. We hadn't really commented on the invulnerability that you gain from breaking. How good is the invincibility when you're breaking? Del, did you hear that? Uh-oh.
Okay.
I think you're breaking up. We're losing them. But yeah. Uh-oh.
Poor Del.
He's bordering down right now.
Okay.
Certainly, we are entering.
Okay. Have you reached the boss yet?
Yes, he's entering it.
Right. Yeah, I'm there with you. Okay. He's going to go down the last second, and then begin his very big, very dangerous.
Wow. Waiting to kill those.
Right. He's really
Yeesh.
pushing it. Absolutely pushing it to the max. And you're not invincible. This is the thing. After about 3 or 4 seconds, you're not invincible anymore. So that's a really dodgy thing to And this is something you got to know about this, because on the last boss, you can sit on the boss, but you can't sit on him for more than 3 seconds. Otherwise, he'll explode. Because you're only invincible for about 3 or 4 seconds.
Gotcha.
But that
And
caught me at the time.
it looks like, yeah, the ship's blinking when it's invincible too.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so now it's building back up. This next bit is really quite nasty, especially with low firepower. He's going to start at the top with a laser. This is what I used to do as well. Laser, there you go, and he's going to stay there, getting those pods, killing those pods before they come around and cause him, trouble. And he's going to wait until it reverses itself, which is about now. Yeah, laser again, and then take out the pod, still trying to build up, still trying to stay forward, because the more you stay forward, the more damage you can do. And again, laser. Every time it starts changing its rotation, it's lasering. Slowly getting there. You can let this boss go way out of hand. It can be really nasty if you lose control of this boss.
Yeah, this is a really good strategy.
Yeah. It's exactly what I used to do.
Yeah, if you just stay like, on the left side of the screen, probably not.
No, it's not powerful enough. You're letting everything come at you. It's not a good idea.
Be aggressive against those pods.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the mini breaks. They're cool.
Yeah, it's only mini breaks. The score was all in the first wall. The scoring's already done for this stage.
I see.
Then he's got one final form. Again, not too much. I think he breaks it with 210. I remember I used to do it with 210, 220. So he's not doing any more than me on it, but it doesn't really matter. It's not much point. Okay, he's going right forward to damage it. And then coming back to the far back where it's safe. Right there.
Nice.
It's all a pattern, that's all it is. Now he's getting it. There we go, up to 10, I think it is.
No RNG here, right?
There you go, 210.
Wow, that was an awesome break.
Now 6D. We haven't talked about how you get to 6D or how you get to 6A or B or C. It's all about border composition. Randorama did a really good strat on this, and he explained it very well. It's how long you stay on yellow, how long you stay on red or green determines pretty much which end stage you're going to encounter when you complete stage 5.
I see.
So, yeah, you just got to work out a route that and follow it, and pretty much just learn that route, one route at a time.
How many alternates are there?
Well, 4 stages: A, B, C, and D.
Gotcha. Okay.
The A boss is big and quite easy. The B boss is big and amazing to look at. It's a monster. C is your ship again, just under a different pattern, different background.
It's your ship?
Yeah, it's your ship. So D, the 6D boss is your ship. With all the rules that apply to your ship. So when he lasers, you can't damage him until after 4 seconds. You gotta know all these little things.
Cool. All right, let's get into this last stage for Border Down. Awesome. All right.
Yeah.
Here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, he's on yellow border. He's going to kill himself immediately in a very brave style.
Yeah, this is all new to me now.
Bang, dead. Okay, so now he's on red border, 1 life. He could have done it on yellow. He could have given himself a bit of, air, but no. He's really going for it.
Got to.
Yeah, I guess. It's good. Again, there's more patterns on this stage, little places where you can go for that are safe.
Wow, this is a really interesting stage in terms of presentation.
Yeah. Interesting music on it as well.
So gray. Something probably bad happened.
Another big break. Are you on the
Yep, big break. We got a big break going on. Boom, 265.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, so that's the orbital elevator from before someone mentioned. I see. Neato. I like that. Actually, stage continuity in a shmup. Who would have thought?
So that's it. You stay forward there. That's a little trick there. To stay forward at the last bit, and then you're in the final boss now.
Yeah,
like I said, it's about 6 or 7 minutes of just choreography. It's just learning what it's going to do next and being in the right place.
And
there's 2 forms.
Oh man, it's him. Too bad there's not another one, then we could get a Ketsui one up or something. Ketsui jokes, LOL.
Okay, this is just a build-up section, so you can have maximum power.
Oh, we didn't mention, but when you tap shot, you send out the homing missiles. When you hold it, you have the auto fire.
Exactly. As closer you get, the more powerful the damage.
The homing is really useful.
Now he's going to go for a big break, from 500 to 700.
Oh wow.
556. Okay, that's just the first form. Actually, I think there are 3 forms. Sorry, 3.
3. It's not even his final form.
It's a marathon of a boss.
I love this music.
So, Del, we have some listeners who would like to ask you at least one question. Do you have powerful hands from all your tapping?
No, not at all. Just for weights. I've been weight training a lot of years as well. Didn't take it that seriously though.
Nice. Yeah, he has more finesse. You know, caressing the buttons. You know, jostling a stick.
Okay, this bit's quite nasty. Usually use a laser there just once.
It's not how fast, it's the rhythm of the tapping that counts.
It's the motion in the ocean. Like when I stir the joystick around, you know, especially when you're doing like, you just gotta have smooth movements. We should make bumper stickers for STG Weekly, like shmuppers are better lovers. I bet we'd sell a lot of those.
Just you could show like a graphic of a sperm like infiltrating the egg or whatever. Shoot the core, right?
Shoot the core.
Anyway.
So what you're saying is finesse always beats power.
Maybe.
When it comes to video games.
Yeah. Maybe if you're playing like an arm wrestling arcade game, but not many of those around.
Well, Takahashi Meijin-san would have to disagree.
Oh, that's right. Man, I meant when he popped open that watermelon. Is that what you mean? Yeah.
You'd probably scoff at this game. Be like, what are these big beams? I prefer little shots all the time.
Certainly, he would be saying, "What is this pathetic, horizontally oriented piece of garbage?" But we can forgive him. He's simply misguided.
This battle's pretty drawn out, isn't it?
Yeah, he's gonna kill the second form now. There's no real points involved. It's just timing it. Okay, he'll kill it just about now.
Yeah, I noticed the timer carries through all the phases of the bosses, so
yeah,
you got to pay attention, right, to get that timing for killing them finally. It was, what is it again? The timing for the last kill that you want?
The last kill, plus 1 to 14 seconds is best. Any time around there, but you don't want to really go into the minus.
At 15 is good.
Yeah, anything plus is good. Just might goes down a little bit if you're more than 15 seconds plus on the kill.
Okay.
When I killed it, I think I killed it at plus 8 seconds. He does it with plus 9 seconds.
Okay.
Now he's using a little trick there. You see, for 3 seconds he'll be there and then he'll go away and start again. He's really damaging it then.
Wow. That was nice.
He's going to wait until one particular form where he's going to get a counter on it. But not quite yet. Oh yeah, this bit's horrible. 2 speed. And you stay around there and you just make a little movement. And hope he doesn't crash into you.
Yeah, the hitbox, it's not super tiny in this game, but, it's small enough, right?
That's it. Yeah, it's small enough, but you gotta be careful.
It's probably a kind of rectangular shape, I'd have to imagine.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, guys, I gotta get going for Pinball League, so I will talk to you guys later.
All right, thanks for dropping by, Frenetic.
Yeah.
Later.
Hey,
I
nice
sure
talking to you,
enjoy
Del.
having your balls eaten by Jurassic Park's T-Rex.
Yes, I would, because you know what? It would small hands, all mouths. Yeah. On that note, the F-Man is out.
All right, see you later. Thanks for dropping
Has
by.
left the building.
Yeah. That's it, 313.8. Destroyed it, plus 9 seconds. Everything pretty much squeezed to the max all the way through. It's not a world record score, but it's very solid. It's a good score. It's good example of how to play that particular route.
I guess no time for the ending in this replay, but I guess you guys have to see the ending for yourself. I'm pretty curious. Oh man, I kind of want to play this now. But yeah, pretty sweet. But yeah, one of the main things about the scoring, was just getting those boss kills at that plus 15. Just gotta emphasize that again, because that's like one of the biggest ways to increase your score, the end score, right? I mean, what's the primary?
It's not even
things?
that. It's just if you don't want to go into the minus. That's all. The big score is always on getting the largest break on the core of every stage boss.
Okay.
That's where all the score is really. Everything else is just minor. It's the norm clear bonus at the end is 18 million. That's important. So you want to kill it on a plus. You want to kill it with enough points to have that norm clear, and you'll get an extra bonus 18 million.
So you get 18 million at the end of the stage. Like, what do you get from one of the better breaks in the game as comparison?
Well, stage 3, I think it's 92 million for that stage. Most of that being the 999 break. Yeah. So yeah, that's a huge amount.
And what about the mini breaks? Like, what do they usually gather?
Just a few million, like 5 million, something like that. But it all counts because it's not only that, your cumulative break adds up at the end of the stage as well, and so increases as well. So it's always good to get it cancel as many bullets as possible. Yeah.
Gotcha. And yeah, like you said, it's a very kind of memorizer game. You execute the run successfully, hopefully, and depending on how comfortable you are, you play the game at a certain border. It sounds like. So
yeah, that's pretty much it. But there's an easier way of doing what he just did, or that 6D route, which is what I call the stage 3 red route, which is where you basically do red, then yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow, red, pretty much all the way through. And the red stage 3 boss is a lot easier. You don't get as many points, and that's downside, but you can get to the end of the game a lot easier. If you want to beat my score on this game, then you take the route that he just took, but it will really test you. It really wears you down.
The Dreamcast port had a stage. Didn't it have a stage select? I can't remember.
Yeah, sure. You can practice. Yeah, you can practice. It also had some sort of bog standard replays per stage as well that you could copy. Apart from, there was no stage 6 replay though.
Fuckers.
Yeah, well, I had to wait 9 months after the release of the game to get to see a Japanese replay of stage 6 just to fill in those final gaps for myself. Because I needed to do that, because that last boss, as you can see, was just pattern after pattern after pattern that you gotta know.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, what else? Yeah, I guess I do want to include this little story bit here. So apparently, in the distant future, humanity entered a golden age and colonized Mars. One day, contact was lost suddenly from an asteroid mining station. This was found to be caused by an invading hostile extraterrestrial force known as FA, First Approach. To defend against the aggressors, the Solar System Defense Forces developed and deployed the RAIN, Remote Artificial Intelligence Network, a remote guidance system for the Antares XX, an unmanned combat vehicle, which I guess is you. No, I don't know.
Antares, yeah.
Antares is your ship, right?
Yeah, that's your ship, yeah. I think we've got a Schmuffs Forum member called Antares as well.
Oh, yeah. Then I guess if any people have any questions in the chat about the game, we can get those in now, but it looks like we're gonna wrap it up pretty quick. Metal, do you want to try to interview someone about Border Down, or is that gonna be too weird?
Well, unfortunately, our interview candidate has recently left about a minute ago, but I do have news about our chaotic situation with the Maryland Man. It seems that he was a fan of noir, especially overseas films, such as those by Beat Takashi. However, he would like his ashes to be scattered in a field, not, traditionally like in the ocean.
So he didn't survive the envelope truck?
Akihabara. Couldn't tell you, really. His family has decided to keep that information private for the moment. We will, return to you with any further developments as they come, but...
Victor Lee may be alive, okay. Or whoever. Maryland Man. Alright, so yeah, Border Down, awesome. Anything else to add, guys? I suppose you can just wrap it up here.
I would just like to thank G.Rev for making so many fantastic games throughout the years and working on, everything that they worked on, especially things like Gradius 5. Wouldn't have been the same without their fantastic work on the graphics, especially the 3D backgrounds.
Right.
G.Rev, being my favorite company of all time, holds a certain special place in my heart as the best mediocre video game maker in existence for now and for all times. Truly.
You think Under Defeat and Border Down are mediocre?
You said it, not me.
Under
all I'm
Defeat,
saying
though.
is that they worked on Gradius 5. I don't know how you can get more mediocre.
Goodness. Alright, cool. Let's see, anyone check questions in the chat? It looks like we're pretty much good here. So yeah, thanks a lot, Del and Medal, for coming on. Really great to have you, of course, Del. First time coming on the show, and love to have you on again for Muchi Muchi Pork Manpuku mode when you get that 2-all.
I'm getting close to that. I know, I'm getting real close. I got to the final again tonight, so one of these days I'll get it.
That'll be a pleasure.
Interesting.
Yes.
Del, could you please briefly explain for us what the Manpuku mode is?
Yeah, of course. It's pure chaos. I would say it's the most chaotic mode of any shoot 'em up ever made. It's a nightmare. The second loop is just incredible. The tool itself is just squeeze to the max. I mean, you have to play a perfect game in an insane amount of bullets coming from all directions in order to get that tool. And so it's taken me 6 months so far, and I still haven't done it. So I've reached the last boss, but I still haven't done it.
Man.
Wow, that's interesting. I mean, I haven't played the Manpuku mode before, but I have found, given that it was the only port available to me for a month or two, that the Hara Hara mode was the only way I could make the game interesting. I will have to give the Manpuku mode a try.
Yeah, times the difficulty by 5 or 10, and then you've got Manpuku mode, especially the second loop. It's
Delightful.
real hard.
All right, guys. So yeah, give Board Down a shot. If you get a chance on Dreamcast, of course. You know,
Make sure that you also. Hey, shut the hell up. Make sure. No, I'm just joking. What were you gonna say?
No, go ahead.
Well, I would just like to urge the listeners to make sure that they give Metal Black its due appreciation. Please try and clear the game with our forum member Bill. His strategy guide is perfect, basically, and definitely also try G Darius, which can be played along with Metal Black on Taito Legends 2 for PlayStation 2. Very nice compilation. There are some problems, but they're good enough.
Yeah, those Taito memories pretty good. And we did do an episode on G Darius as well. So if you guys are curious about that, please feel free to check it out in the backlog. That's about it. All right, we out. Thanks everyone for watching.
Thank you.